and gentlemen, into Kusel Stadium for ICRC's coverage of Mariemont football. I'm Will Stevens alongside Carter McGahee and JP Whittakin for the first time ever, and we could not be more excited to bring you guys this edition of Friday Night Lights. It has been a wild last 72 hours for both teams and their respective communities, but we have made it to what is set to be a thrilling matchup as Mariemont takes on the Taylor Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, well, it's always great to be back here at Kusel Stadium. Got a couple of key players tonight, starting with the senior linebacker and now quarterback, Finn Warden, leading the league in tackles, but he's going to be making a big appearance on offense tonight, filling in the shoes of Owen Betcher. Second-team All-State last year and a dual threat with passing and rushing last week after taking the job from Betcher. He said, "I'm excited, had a great showing this week, excited to see what he can do." Moving on to the Taylor key player, and boy, is this a key player. Aaron McFarland, junior wide receiver and defensive back. Could be seeing some reps at running back tonight as well. Second in the CHL receiving yards with 444 and 4 touchdowns. A monster game. Receptions for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. JP, Will said we've had a wild 72 hours. What's it been looking like for us?
Yes, we have. We are on the outskirts of Hurricane Helen right now, and it has finally stopped raining here in Mariemont. The wind is still blowing heavily out here, and Taylor has had a crazy week of school. They were canceled for, I think it was a day or two, because of a train that had a chemical leak, and it was like deathly chemicals in the air. Their football team did have to practice at Elder High School earlier this week.
Yeah, crazy stuff, JP, but the Yellow Jackets have arrived at Kusel Stadium for tonight's matchup, and we are just 2 minutes from kickoff. We'll see you on the other side of this commercial break.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5.
Okay.
Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A Freeze-On Mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas.
Brings it himself inside the tent. Touchdown, Mariemont!
From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
And here we are as we get set for kickoff from Kusel Stadium. The Warriors will receive as number 6, Grant Ferguson is the kicker for Taylor. and it will head out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, and we'll see who comes out. It will be Finn Warden, the senior, to lead this offense.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, Owen Betcher started the last 2 weeks and had not the best performance. We got Finn Warden, who's been the star linebacker for the Warriors this season, coming out to get some reps at quarterback. Threw for a couple yards last week and a handful of rushing yards. It'll be interesting to see with the win tonight and the possibility of rain how much the Warriors are going to throw the ball.
Yeah, Betcher picked up a win last week against Finneytown, but threw a couple of interceptions, one in the red zone. So they're trying to mix it up a little bit against this solid Taylor defense. Going to be a competitive CHL matchup. Both teams desperate for the win. It'll be a handoff to Duckwall on play number 1. Flag is down, but Max has about 8 yards.
Yeah, another kid to look out for tonight. Max Duckwall has been a pretty big voice in this Warrior offense, especially with the lack of passing this season. He's averaging around 50-plus yards per game. Interesting to see what he can do tonight.
Definitely seems like a holding here. The flag came in almost immediately, and both teams seem to be backing up. I think that's got a chop block, Carter, a rare call in high school football, or football at any level.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you don't really see that in college or NFL at all.
And if you want a guy who watches college NFL football, J.P. Whittakin is your man. So when he says it, you know. So make it 1st and 20 to start the game for the Warriors. We'll see if they stick to the ground. Duckwall punches it up the middle. He's got some blocks. Makes up that lost yardage before he's wrapped up by Jack Cottrell IV. There's a name and a half for you.
Going to be 2nd and long here.
Yeah, yet to make it back to the original line of scrimmage, but 2 positive runs for Duckwall early. Going to be a huge factor of the run game with this bad weather. They give it to him again, and why not? This one not as successful. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big matchup for the CHL here. Warriors currently sitting at 2-3. Taylor 3-2. Either team here pulls out with the win tonight, they can get a really good chance to finish with a strong showing in the CHL. And boy, do I tell you, Mariemont needs it after a couple bad losses this year.
Yeah, but both 1-1 in the conference. The winner of this game will have the lead in the standing. This one flipped out to Georgia State. This Finn's first completion of the game, but it does not yield enough, and the Warriors will be forced to punt.
Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a worry. The first play of the game before the flag got thrown for holding. Pretty strong rush there from Duckwall. I wouldn't be too worried if I was Coach Leon right now. Get your defense on the field, get a stop, and get the ball right back in Warren's hands.
Evan List comes out to punt. And if you remember 2 weeks ago, right here on this field, there were some serious issues trying to flip possession for Mariemont. And this week, they are kicking it to McFarland, which is going to be a problem, to say the least, with the slippery conditions. We'll see how the special teams fares. This one is low, and this is just what we were talking about. It actually dribbles out inside the 40-yard line, so Taylor will start with good field position, but still in the 1/2 of the field.
Honestly, well, I don't think that was a bad idea, just hitting the little squib punt there. I feel like if you get the ball in McFarland's hands at all tonight, he's going to take off because, boy, is he a really talented player, and he will show out tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Do you think that was on purpose, Carter?
I don't know. I mean, I think it was a pretty rough punt from Mr. List,
okay.
But
worked out.
From what we've seen in the past few weeks, I think Mariemont's had a punting issue, and especially at that Indian Hill game. I mean, nothing was going their way, and it all started with the punt. So
I do know that he's had some long putts this year. I'm pretty sure he has had a couple 50-plus ones.
Okay.
Interesting to see what the kid can do tonight.
So the sophomore Kant taking the snap. Flags come in immediately as the handoff went to Easton Shrimp.
Looks like it's a false start here.
Yeah, so Taylor starting behind the 8 ball on their first drive of the game as well.
Yeah, and on that first play, not surprised to see him running the ball. I think with the win tonight, passing the ball is going to be tough. So the Yellow Jackets are going to utilize Easton Shrimp, but also Aaron McFarland. He'll most likely turn into a running back tonight, that dual threat backfield. They got a solid quarterback who has a good arm, but then 2 guys that can run the ball pretty well.
Looks like penalties might be an issue tonight. Both teams starting off with penalties.
It's been a theme of the Warriors season, especially in the first couple weeks. Coach Leon was not pleased whatsoever. This one goes to Shrimp. He's got room to run. Simpson takes him down around the 41-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, good start for the rush defense here. I asked Finn Warden today in our broadcasting class, Finn, how is the rush defense going to look tonight? He's like, we are really, really strong. So it'll be interesting to see how the rush defense is tonight for the Warriors, because if they can hold that down, they could have a real good chance of winning this game well.
Yeah, with this Taylor team, you almost got to take away either the run or you got to take away with the pass with Canton McFarland. You got to pick your poison almost, and if they can take away the run, it's going to go a long way for them. We see Jamal Moore pressing up on McFarland here. This one is flipped away for a first down on the slant route to number 13, DJ Handy. The senior moves the chains.
Yeah, just makes it to the first down, but pretty good start for the Yellow Jackets. Apart from the flag, they've been moving pretty well so far.
I wouldn't be surprised tonight if it's just these short passes is the theme for Taylor here.
I got to be honest, JP, I would be a little bit surprised because with the kind of speed that McFarland has and the arm that Kantz has, I'd be shocked if at least once they don't try and air it out a little bit. But definitely the conditions will make that tough. Little bunch set at the bottom of your screen here for the Yellow Jackets. But they go to the ground with the shrimp. Nothing opens up, but he still picks up about 3 yards on first down.
Boy, I tell you, about 2 hours ago, Will, looked like it was a hurricane out here. It was raining sideways. Tree branches were flying everywhere.
Trees looked like they were going to blow over.
I mean, I was a little worried driving back home from school, but now weather's clear. I think the wind has died down a little bit. American flag near the scoreboard, pretty much at a standstill. So like you were saying about the passing, I definitely would not be surprised if they try and air it out tonight with McFarland, especially with his skill.
Yeah, almost every Kentucky high school football game was canceled tonight. Madeira and Indian Hill, just 5 to 10 minutes away from here, did not play their game. So we are really fortunate to be here. As this one, Finn Warden puts a man on his shoulders, and this one comes out. Mariemont has the football.
Recovered by number 40, Carson Kiyambo. Huge stop for the defense. I think Will said that was Finn Warden who made the huge tackle. He is going to be a threat for this football team tonight on both sides of the ball. Great start for this Warrior football team.
Yeah, I was talking to Finn during history class today, and he was saying that he was going to have multiple forced fumbles.
Wow.
Look out for it today.
Oh, we got one. Let's see if we can get a few more tonight.
I mean, if you're Peyton Gardner, I don't know what you're really supposed to do. I mean, Finn just put him on his shoulders, and when he drove him down, the ball popped out. Kiambo on the recovery, and what a momentum swing.
This is great field position for Mariemont to start this drive.
Handoff goes to Duckwall. Flags come in, but he is wrapped up for a loss anyway by Ryan Massey Cable.
Looks like they're walking backwards here. Could be a holding on the Warrior offense.
Like I said, penalties should be the issue tonight, it looks like.
Yep, and the referee's walking the ball back 10 yards, it looks.
Looks like it was a holding here.
Yeah, definitely. Warrior offensive line is going to need to be cautious about this tonight because this is, like I said earlier, this is a big game if they can go out and win against a tough CHL rival tonight, and they need to really limit these flags if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, so 3 drives for both teams, 3 drives combined from both teams tonight, and 3 drives starting with penalties. So got to eliminate that if you're the coaches and players of both teams. Now List is going to come into motion, and this is bobbled and goes down. Taylor looks like they now have the football. Coaches signaling for it. Referees now give it to the Yellow Jackets. And what an error by List and Warden in the backfield.
Yeah, recovered by Jack Cottrell, the 4th. Offensive line and defensive line. I think when the defense gives you that big of a break, you guys have to convert on offense. And Warrior offense just looked lackluster there. And given the Yellow Jackets in Mariemont's territory, inside the 40, just something you can't be doing if you want to look to win this football game.
I mean, that drive just never got a chance to develop. You get the first play holding, and then you follow it up with it looked like not a miscommunication, just an error on the transfer between quarterback and receiver there.
Yeah, it just didn't look like a clean exchange.
They want to go to the air here. Warden in pursuit, rolling out. This ball's on the ground and signaled as an incomplete pass. Nice job from Kantz to get it away, but Warden clearly running a little hot after the fumble and made a nice play there.
Yeah, the second team All-State linebacker just putting the team on his shoulders. We've already been saying he's going to be a key player tonight, and we're only a couple minutes into this game, and he's shown that he's going to be a huge voice for this Warrior defense and offense.
Yeah, even that one, a fumble was nearly forced, so mayhem on both sides of the ball. McFarland lines up in the slot here. Yet to see him get a target tonight. This one is handed off. Finn is shrugged off. Simpson gets to him at the makes it 3rd and short.
Yeah, just a missed tackle there by Warden. Nothing too big to worry about. Shrimp is going to be a big name for this Yellow Jacket offense tonight. Both him and McFarland will probably see a lot of reps running the ball on the ground.
Yeah, they're gaining a lot of yards on each run. They're averaging probably upwards of 6 yards per carry right now.
Why not go to the ground again, JP? But this one not as successful, and a decision will be forced on 4th down.
Yeah, there's that solid rush defense Warden was talking about earlier today. I think if they can really lock down and stop the rush here, they're going to have to force Kance to throw the ball. And boy, Will, I tell you, from what I've seen just in the CHL statistics, I think that once they start airing the ball out, it could get really ugly for this Warrior defense, because with a weaker secondary, I think their rush defense is a lot better than their pass. But I think once they start airing the ball out, which I wouldn't be surprised if they will soon, because the conditions are almost ideal, I'd want to say, for passing the ball tonight.
Yeah, Coach Dransman going to go on 4th down. This one is complete for a 1st down on the slant route to DJ Handy.
Smart play there from Coach Dransman. I think, you know, you're this far into Warrior territory. You just capitalize off a big fumble after making a mistake on the offense yourself. I don't mind going for it on a 4th and mid there.
Like I said, the short passes are probably going to be the key tonight.
Handoff again. Flag comes down, and this one likely going to be coming back.
Yeah, it looked like it was Jamal Moore, I want to say, they held there. I could kind of see it just as the flag was thrown. Might be coming back for 10.
The Taylor team's already walking back.
I mean, those of you who watched the Giants-Cowboys game last night, this looks eerily similar. To start, it was a flag fest at MetLife Stadium, and Kusel is experiencing a similar phenomenon here.
Definitely.
Already got 20 yards of penalties to start the first quarter.
All right, so 1st and 4 ever here. Taylor from the 34-yard line. And now pressure comes, gets the ball away before being wrapped up by Griesmer. Kance once again barely evading a sack.
Yeah, that trio of Caleb Hammond, Griesmer, and Warden going to be deadly tonight. They've already almost forced a fumble on Kance twice tonight, so definitely a thing to look out for as the game goes on.
Yeah, it looks like the quarterback pressure is there for the defensive lineman from the Mariemont Warriors.
All right, so 2nd and 20. The Yellow Jackets will try again here. They want to go to the air again. This one is deep for McFarland. Double coverage, and the ball is just overthrown. It was Moore and Hiltgen in coverage. McFarland had a step, but good work from the safety and cornerback there to force the incompletion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see McFarland get double covered tonight. I think he's almost going to be like Jamar Chase, how he's been the last 2 years, because, boy, I feel like he hasn't been much of a voice in that Bengal offense because he just gets double teamed all game.
So now it is 3rd and extra long for Taylor here, and probably a good goal would be to pick up about 10 to 15 yards on this play, try and get it to 4th and manageable, and maybe go for it again.
Yeah, they need to at least get into field goal range here for their kicker.
I mean, we didn't really get a good look at his leg pre-game, but I got to imagine they're pretty far. Go to a screen pass, and this ball comes out. And now Mariemont tries to dive on top of it. They think they have it, and they do. It is mayhem right now.
Number 5, Roman Hilgert. We are, what, on our 3rd turnover of the game? I mean, this is a cinema. We're only a couple minutes in, and we just got a great football game on our hands. Warriors are going to get the ball back. It's just a poor showing from both offenses tonight. I want to see if one could strike first, because right now this is just a defensive game through and through.
Looks like the rain is really affecting the transfer from teams.
I mean, currently not a drop coming out of the sky, JP.
Well, no, the field could be
clearly, yeah, this maybe some slippery
wet.
turf. Yeah, you saw the replay there. It was Grant Ferguson who caught the screen pass and eventually coughed it up. So we'll see if the Mariemont Warriors can sustain a drive here. A little read option play for Warden as he is tackled at around his own 35-yard line.
I kind of wanted to talk about this chemical leak from Taylor. I feel like we didn't emphasize it enough.
Yeah, wild stuff.
JP, you were saying they were out of school for a day or two. Had to practice at Elders High School. They were, watch Finn run the play here.
Yeah, you're going to keep it again. Going to get a couple, but I don't think enough, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, but like JP said earlier, they had to practice at Elders football field. I was kind of thinking, you know, a little shaky momentum going into this game. You know, the weather, the chemical leak. I was just wondering if Taylor was going to be on top form tonight.
They try and hand it off again, and Duckwall has absolutely nowhere to go as Colton Tenfold got deep into the backfield there.
Yeah, rush defense is just looking extremely well tonight, both sides of the ball. Warriors and Yellow Jackets are just struggling to run the ball tonight, and clearly it's shown that the defensive lines here of both teams are really, really talented.
Yeah, where you saw the replay again there. After official review, we're going to go with Colton Tenhunfeld. Credited with that tackle. I think that's the pronunciation we're going with. If the Tenhunfelds are watching this and that is incorrect, I do apologize.
Another low kick.
Recovers the low kick here, takes it up the sideline, and Taylor with some more good field position around the 40-yard line.
I'm telling you, well, I don't hate this squib punt they're running here with
Yeah,
List.
maybe that is kind of, you know,
I think
hit the low line drive.
We didn't get to talk to the coaches this week, but I think Leon here is really trying to utilize keeping McFarland out of this game, because I think if you take away McFarland out of this Taylor team, they're not as good. Because I was doing some research today and I was looking at the Wyoming game that they played last week. They lost actually 35-26, but both McFarland and Kantz had huge games. McFarland threw for 260 yards and 3 TDs. All of them were to McFarland. So, and that's
Mariemont's going to jump here.
False start. Looks like that was Rain Shin, number 42, sophomore linebacker.
They're going to be offsides on Mariemont, and it will be 1st and 5.
Going to be a 1st and 5.
Yeah, McFarland ended the game 10 receptions for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, single-handedly kept them in that game with the chance to beat the formidable Cowboys.
Yeah, really interesting to think with such a strong quarterback who's second in lead passing yards. They have a good backfield and a really good wide receivers.
They go to the ground here. Shrimp bounces off a couple tackles before being brought down aggressively by Lincoln Griesmer.
Definitely had to think the defense last week lost that game for Taylor, because just looking at the stats and how well they got, they have a top 5 running back, they have a top 2 at least wide receiver, and another top 3 quarterback in the league, and they couldn't pull out the win against Wyoming, who are still a very, very skilled team. But I think with the dominant offense they have, I was surprised to see that they couldn't pull out a win against Wyoming.
Yeah, it looked like Griesmer wrapped him up, but Luke Robinson delivered the big hit on the last play. An errant throw from Kantz trying to go to the screen.
Ball was bobbled there.
Yeah, I'd say that's not on the receiver, though. That ball was at least a yard in front of him, and they were just trying to throw it out to the flat. So brings up 3rd down from what is likely 4-down territory. Obviously, Coach Dransman hopes he does not have to make that decision.
Yeah, I was talking about Taylor maybe losing some momentum going into this week with all they've had in the last 72 hours, and they had such a dominant offense this week, but I'm not seeing much so far, especially if they can't utilize McFarland.
Yeah, McFarland just 1 target, and it was an incompletion so far. Jamal Moore doing a good job on him. They go to the ground again. Going to be really close. I think he's short of the line to gain from our vantage point, and the referees agree.
Yeah, just short. Could be about 4th and 1. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer here for Coach Dransman to go for this, because either run it up the gun or maybe screen pass to McFarland. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those are the play, but right now with the Yellow Jacket run game, it just hasn't been working, and they're calling a lot of run plays. So weird to see they haven't brought McFarland into the game yet. Only 1 target, and that was in a double coverage, like Will said earlier.
I think JP's right. There's got to be some slickness to the football right now. They're going to go up the middle again, and this will be enough to convert the 1st down as Shrimp reaches the line to gain.
For those of you watching at home who it seems like we've talked about how good McFarland is, I'd say he's all right. We did some research pregame. He's got visits to UC, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Miami of Ohio. He's a 3-star recruit out of Taylor, and
just a junior as well.
Just a junior. He's going to be just a big powerhouse in the CHL for this year and his senior year next year.
All right, 1st and 10. We'll see if they stick with the shrimp or go to the air attack. Screen pass is flipped out to Handy. Tripped up at the laces by Griesmer, but picks up about 5 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, definitely have to agree the field might be a little slick because only one pass over 10 yards so far from Cants, and mostly everything else has been either running back runs or just screen passes to the wide receivers. So I think even though the conditions are a little bit more ideal now, I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah, you can see on that replay the kind of water and pebbles coming up from the turf when guys are running and being tackled. So obviously a little bit of that action going on. And we got a false start, it looks like, coming in on Taylor here. And yes, they're going to back it up 5 yards and make it 2nd and 10.
That is now 25 yards and penalties for both teams to start off the 1st quarter.
Just a flag fest out here, JP. I mean, boy, I want to watch some football, not flags getting thrown every play.
Yeah, Carter likes when I use the expression laundry on the field, and there's been some dirty laundry tonight with the amount of penalties we've seen. Definitely going to be a point of emphasis at the quarter break and halftime break to clean it up a little bit.
Going to have about one more play to run here in this last quarter.
And they're just going to go ahead and hand it off. Warden is shrugged off, but all that Taylor can manage is Ferguson getting back to the line of scrimmage. And when we return for the 2nd quarter, it's going to be 2nd and long, or 3rd and long, excuse me. So 0-0, but a lot of excitement in this 1st quarter, guys. If you're Coach Dransman, Coach Leon, what are you saying to the squads in between quarters?
I mean, I don't think I'm saying much. I think they need to emphasize push the offenses because both are struggling right now. But we're going to toss it to a break. We will see you guys in a couple minutes for the 2nd quarter.
Where's your emergency?
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
All right, welcome back to the 2nd quarter of football at Kusel Stadium. 3rd and 9 for the Taylor Yellow Jackets in Warrior territory to start us off here.
Yeah, pretty slow game tonight, I think we've seen. If you're just tuning in, it's been a defensive battle pretty much between the Warriors and the Yellow Jackets. A lot of flags thrown.
And right here we've got, sorry Carter, but number 40 for Mariemont, Carson Kiambo, was just taken off the field by the official and replaced by Duckwall. Don't know if he's got blood on him or some sort of wardrobe malfunction with the uniform, but hopefully he can get back onto the field in a second.
Yeah, recovered the fumble earlier. He was a big part of that play.
And flags come in again. If that doesn't tell you how this game has gone so far, I don't know what does. Make it 3rd and 14 on the false start.
Man, if I was Coach Dransman or Coach Leon right now, both of my teams, I'd be livid because, JP, what's our flag count right now?
That's 30 yards for Taylor and 25 for Mariemont. Start off the game.
Yeah, that's
just
into the 2nd quarter, and we just got, as Will always says, a lot of laundry on the field. So
3rd and 14 from barely in Warrior territory now. Now some confusion on the spot of the football.
Got to think, Will, if they just get maybe closer to like a 4th and 5, 4th and 6.
We've already seen him go for it twice, Carter.
Seen him go for it a lot. I think if they get anywhere near that 1st down marker, they're going to go for it.
They're going to look to the air. He wants McFarland on the far side of the field, and he's not going to have him. Even if that was caught, Jamal Moore seemed that he was going to bring him down for a short gain. So just his 2nd target of the night and yet to haul one in.
Yeah, Kant's struggling a little bit on the passing game tonight. He's 2nd in the league for passing yards, so a very talented quarterback. Maybe the ball's a little slippery tonight. I don't know. I think the field, as you've mentioned previously, I think the field's affecting the game a lot right now because conditions are good right now. Limited wind, no rain, but it poured earlier today, so this field could be really wet.
Yeah, I like that coverage that Moore has on him right now, getting up in his grill a little bit. Now Kant barely gets this one away.
Nearly blocked there.
And it will be down at around the 11-yard line. I feel like I make this observation all the time, but the amount of punters that are also the quarterback of their football team for these high schools is just remarkable. Kant is the punter for Taylor, and in the past, every year that I've been in the high school, Mariemont has used their quarterback as their punter as well, but this year obviously List doing that job. So just an interesting pattern that I find in these games.
That was a more clean punt there compared to List punts. There wasn't low.
Yeah, I think List has done good. He struggled really poorly off the gate against Indian Hill. Had a blocked punt that was scored for a touchdown almost immediately with Indian Hill star Devlin Daniels. So I think it just takes some confidence, and he can be a good punter.
Warden in the Wildcat here, rolling out left. Gets past the line of scrimmage, but not too much damage to the Yellow Jackets there. Yet to see Betcher make his way into the shotgun formation to throw a couple passes. I mean, definitely not anticipating that he would be abandoned at the quarterback position, but Warden obviously taking a majority of the snaps this week.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I was watching Warden pregame, and he looked like he really had a cannon, so they're just running the ball tonight. Give it to Duckwall. Flag is thrown again.
Most likely another holding here.
Most likely another holding, JP. I'd agree with you.
Mariemont seems to know it as they make their way back.
Going to be tough for the Warriors to do a lot tonight if this is going to be their story. This is their, I don't know how many holdings they've had, but definitely more than 2 now. And if they're getting brought back 10 yards every time, they're going to really, really struggle to have their offense make a voice here this game.
Coach Leone cannot be happy about this offensive struggles with the penalties and just not the best blocking for the run game as they try and focus on the run game.
Interesting decision here from Coach Dransman. They're going to decline that penalty and make it 3rd and 6 as opposed to 2nd and 16. We'll see if Mariemont can make that comeback and bite Taylor with a conversion here. Warden wants to go to the air, but has nowhere to go, and it looks like the decision paid off as the monster Mike Branch got in on the sack.
List coming back out the punt. I think the defense is doing a lot of their job tonight, but offense just can't get it going. I think especially with the Warriors losing Zach Mayer earlier in the season. He had a strong showing in his first couple games, and the pass game really got utilized from Mariemont. But now they're kind of scrambling to find a quarterback, and the pass game could really be a deficit for this Warrior offense.
Low snap handled by List. This one comes out really low and hits a lineman in the back of the head, and Taylor is going to get it inside the Warrior 10-yard line. And we talked about the special teams up top, and it comes back as a point of weakness for this Warrior team here.
Yeah, we were kind of loving that squib kick from List, but I guess when you have a kick that low and you get anyone close to you, I mean, it's going to get blocked. Looks like, ooh. List goes down, might have gotten hurt on the punt.
Looked like that might have been tipped by Branch, which caused it to go towards the Taylor D lineman.
Yeah, so List being checked on here. You see the student section not exactly in its strongest form tonight, as the weather has been brutal all day in this area, but a number of the underclassmen seem to have come out to support.
Always good to see. I think as a senior myself, if I saw the conditions about an hour before the game, I don't think I'd make plans to show up to Kusel Stadium tonight, but I honestly thought there wasn't going to be any student section tonight. So to see the underclassmen showing up and showing out tonight for this Warrior team, always good to see.
So List is able to walk himself off the field. Unclear what's bothering him. It seems like something on the lower half.
I think it was his knee. I saw him go down, clutching the knee. I don't know if he'll return being a punter tonight.
I mean, he's playing receiver as well, so we'll be able to tell next time the Warriors take the field on offense. But
I believe he got subbed out punting against Indian Hill early on. Do you remember who took a spot, Will?
I think it was Shatui, the kicker, got in there to punt as well. So we'll see if that has to happen again today. But after that travesty of a punt, Taylor gets it with ideal field position, but not doing much with it on first down.
Yeah, number 45, Lincoln Groomer. Pretty sure he's second in the league for tackles right now. Kind of an unsung hero in this Warrior defense. Kind of been going under the radar. Great tackle there.
Yeah, nice play wrapping up Kantz in the open field. Always good. Got to go after that lower body, get him at the kneecaps, at the ankles, and bring him down that way.
Yeah, Taylor tried to change up the game plan there, going to read option and going with the quarterback run there. Didn't seem to work out.
I will say this Warrior defense is looking really, really strong tonight. They're really holding Taylor down.
Now looks to the corner. Couldn't tell if he was throwing that away or if he wanted to go to Handy, but either way, it's another incompletion for Charlie Kantz, the sophomore, and we will have 3rd and long on this drive.
Just no momentum so far from Kantz. He's been such, like we thought tonight going into this game, even with maybe some field struggles, that he was really going to air it out and just utilize the passing game because he's got a good arm and he's got probably the best receiver in the CHL at his side. So they've been running the ball a lot. It hasn't been working, and Kantz just hasn't found any momentum yet.
Now he's looking right, looking for McFarland over the middle, and that was thrown into a dangerous area. Looked like triple or quadruple coverage, as that one will fall incomplete, and now we'll see how much confidence Coach Dransman has in his field goal kicker.
Got to think that was a game plan tonight, given McFarland and his skill, double, triple, even maybe quadruple covering McFarland, because a lot of the wide receivers from Taylor haven't been showing a lot of promise tonight. So I think if they can lock McFarland down and, force to give it to the running backs, that's probably their best bet if they're going to want to hang on and win this game.
Yeah, so they're going to go for it here, so clearly not much of a leg on this Yellow Jacket roster. 4th and long. This could be a huge momentum swing. Kantz rolls out right, flips it toward the end zone, and to no man's land it goes, and it remains 0-0 in the 15th minute.
Huge stop for that Warrior defense there. I mean, offense hasn't looked great so far for the Warriors, but I think if this is going to be a defensive battle throughout tonight, this is going to be a really, really good game, especially if the offenses are struggling. It's just going to be an all-out battle, and definitely could see this being a really low-scoring game. Will.
Yeah, I'm a bit unclear, Carter, so far. Has it been a defensive struggle or an offensive lackluster performance? I mean, both teams failing to generate anything, limited first downs even so far. And now the Warriors looking at 90 yards of field space to start this drive.
It really just looked like there were maybe 2 plays of miscommunication.
I mean,
Warden
went with the hard count, but no contact was made, no encroachment, it would appear. And now they'll snap it. Warden rolling out to his right. He wants to throw to the sideline. It was Giorgio Stathis on the target, but he could not reel in.
Yeah, I guess that highlights the Warriors' passing struggles. Finn Warden hasn't played the quarterback position since middle school, so definitely a new, I guess, looking for the word here, but a new beginning, I guess, for Finn. He threw passes in junior high, but now he's at the high school varsity level. And
Evan Liss is not on the field right now. He is on the bench down there. Does not seem like he's too happy with being hurt.
Yeah, this one's going to be handed off. Nowhere to go. Looked like a swarm of Yellow Jackets, you could say, were in on the tackle. You get it, Carter, because the Yellow Jackets, they come in swarms.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, Mike Branch, this guy, I remember sitting this 2 years ago. He was a freshman. We looked at the stat sheet or roster and thought, this guy's, what was it, like 6'4", 250 or something like that. And he's been wreaking havoc for teams across Cincinnati ever since. Now 3rd and long for the Warriors. Warden wants to throw, escapes the pocket, room to run, but he's brought down from behind. Mariemont wanting the horse collar tackle flag to be thrown. Referee not going to give it to him, and that brings up 4th down and a punt.
Yeah, well, you're talking about this being a defensive struggle or a lackluster performance from the offense. I think it's been a little bit of both. We've seen a lot of good pass rush from the Warrior defense. And
yeah, good call. Did not get up around the neck area there, but
looked like the shoulder there.
Yeah. So now it is Shatui, as Carter mentioned, taking the kick from his own end zone. He got a nice one away last week. Oh, and not a good one here. It's the helicopter spin, but it actually gets a fortuitous bounce and makes its way near midfield. McFarland and Robinson getting a little bit chippy there, and Taylor will take over in Mariemont territory again.
Real solid vocabulary out of you tonight, Will. I mean, you're just throwing out all the words, huh? You doing your Memby?
I always do my Memby, and I'm just an intellectual guy, Carter, so.
That punt did not look pretty, but it did work out.
Ugly but effective, as they say.
I mean, if that was let's say, maybe a little bit under a 40-yarder punt, I think it's better than what List has done, because I think sometimes List is not even getting the ball up. It's like, it's like a shank almost, and especially when you're kicking the ball that low into a big Taylor line.
But what I would equate it to, Carter, is like last week at the mill when I hit my 54-degree wedge and just butter thinned one to about a foot. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, if you know what I mean.
Looked like it was a timeout there by Taylor.
Carter's laughing like he doesn't believe me. It really did happen.
Hey, you made bogey out of it.
I made birdie, actually, Jip. It was a foot away from the hole.
No, I thought you were talking about 11.
Oh, I did shank one on 11. Made bogey.
You stuck it to a foot.
Shot 70, by the way.
All right, guys. All right. We got a football game.
Well, not right now. Not right now. We're mid-timeout.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think Coach Dranson's letting his team know right now?
I think he's saying, could we please score a touchdown? We have gotten the best field position in the world to start this game, and they just have done absolutely nothing with it, failing to even pick up first downs right now. Offensively.
Definitely, yeah. I want to say there's been one first down. I know that. I don't know if there's been two, but just a lackluster performance from both offenses so far. JP, got something to say?
Yeah, when they get first downs, it's just been led to fumbles. So
exactly right. That's a quality run on first down, but a big hit delivered by Warden. Luckily, it looks like Ferguson is okay after that 7-yard pickup.
I'm Coach Leon. Finn is a really big voice for both sides of the ball here, but I also don't want to be using him this much. I don't want him to get kind of burnt out, I guess I could say. If he's pushed himself this hard, now granted, I bet he could do this all game, but just to be safe, I just think if you're putting him in for every single snap of the game, I mean, he's a good player, but I don't think he's no Travis Hunter. I'll say that, Will.
Probably not as good as Travis Hunter. This one handed off again to Ferguson. Tough to tell where he's brought down at. Going to be close. We'll see the spot.
Going to be short, signaled by the refs. Third and short, though. It's 4-down territory.
Third and 1 or 2 here?
Yeah,
they're not going to punt if they somehow stop it. You know, got to think they're going to give it to Shrimp. I'm surprised. You know, me and Will were talking about this before the game about utilizing McFarland with the run game. We really haven't seen that yet. They're giving it to.
Yeah, we were watching this film the other day in broadcasting class. We saw a lot of end arounds when they played Deer Park, trying to get him involved that way. But to be fair, Ferguson and Shrimp have been finding some success on the ground. We'll see if they stick with it here. Warriors packing the box. They do indeed go to Ferguson. He is wrapped up quickly. Simpson dragging him backwards.
First down signal by the referee. Chains have been moved. I want to say that's our second or third down of the game. I mean, there's just been a snooze fest on offense. Well,
yeah, a rare sight to see the chain crew getting some exercise in right now, but we'll see if Taylor can do something with it.
First and 10, just under 6.5 minutes remaining of the first half. Still 0-0 and very quiet for both offenses tonight. Big defensive game so far.
Ferguson taking a lot of reps on this drive. He's going to get it again here. Takes it out for about 3 yards. And as we're talking about this, quarterback Charlie Kansas' success this year, he's thrown for 8 touchdowns, 158 yards per game, and just 5 interceptions. So really, really solid stuff out of the sophomore. But we're just yet to see that kind of arm talent be put on display tonight. A couple of incompletions. Obviously had the one deep ball looking for McFarland. But I'm Coach Dransman. I'm taking a couple more of these shots, you know, trying to rile my guys up a little bit and get the crowd into it for the Yellow Jackets. Going to throw it short here. McFarland has his first catch of the game, and he coughs it up. I think he was able to fall on top of it, but my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that McFarland finally got open. We've heard so much good about him, and just, I guess, unforced error there. I mean, no pressure from the defense.
Yeah.
He definitely could have taken that for a first down. So
now it leads to a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, and like Will was saying earlier, I don't see a reason for not passing constantly, but I really think just getting the ball in McFarland's hands, their best chance at scoring here.
Oh, they fake the end around to him here, hand it off to Ferguson. It seems like he's got enough. And the chains will move. Another Taylor first down, and they're marching down the field now.
Yeah, I think the defense can only hold up for so long. The Warrior offense is out here for a couple minutes, and then you're sending your defense right back out again. It's going to be tough for the Warriors to stop them every single drive.
This is the most sustained drive we've seen tonight by far, and Mariemont will respond by calling a timeout.
Looks like they want to give the defense a little bit of a break here. It's like Coach Leon's talking to can't really see the number here.
25. Let's say it's
Jamal
Jamal
Moore.
Moore. Jamal Moore, yeah.
Yeah, at what point, if you're Mariemont, do you make the switch? I mean, obviously they haven't let up any points tonight, but Taylor's starting to gain some momentum with the run game. Obviously the game plan is to drop back into coverage. Jamal Moore playing press coverage on McFarland and then sending that high safety to double cover. But if Taylor's going to keep the ground and pound going, at what point do you put in an extra linebacker? Do you pack the box? Do you send the blitz? It's all these questions that Coach Leon's going to have to respond to as we progress into the second half, trying to figure out what the best methodology is to slow down this Taylor team. Wind is picking up right now for sure. You can see our American flag that Carter referenced earlier is blowing the most it has all night. So we'll see if that's maybe dissuading these teams from going to the air.
Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier with the run game. I think the Warrior defensive line has been strong tonight. They showed earlier in the game they had like 3 or 4 pressures on Kantz within a couple plays. I don't see a huge need to stack the line more because I think as the game progresses, they're just going to pass the ball more and more.
Handoff is to Shrimp here. He has a bit of a hole. Stood up by Simpson, but not before picking up 5 yards and getting close to the 20-yard line.
It's the first time that we've seen him here this drive. They've been running with Ferguson the whole drive. Looks like that. I think that got him to 30 yards on the game. There are Taylor's well over 50 yards on the rushing attack. Way more than their passing yards today.
Yeah, currently Easton Shrimp 5th in the league for rushing yards with 343 in the first 5 weeks, averaging 68.6 yards per game and 6 touchdowns. Not utilized as much last week against the loss to Wyoming, but he's clearly been used this week a lot.
Goes over the middle, and this one hits Luke Robinson in the chest. It's an easy interception. Shrimp brings him down at the 15-yard line, but a second interception in 2 games for Luke Robinson, and it comes at a huge juncture in this one.
And boy, I was looking at that. Look at the replay here, thrown right to him. I mean, no one was in the air. I
don't even know who he was targeting.
If that was McFarland or
it had to be a
who.
miscommunication.
Definitely was a
something.
miscommunication. Maybe not reading the defense as much, but a huge stop for the Warriors. And you got to think Leo needs to get this Warrior offense up and running, even if it's running the ball, if it's passing the ball. A first down, just a start, is huge right now.
Again, turnovers are the issue for both teams right now.
Yeah, clearly loads of fumbles, interception now thrown. Will said earlier, back-to-back games with an interception for Luke Robinson, so he is starting to be a big voice for this Warrior defense.
Now they snap it to Warden. He throws the screen pass out, and a flag comes in after it is hauled in by number 30 or 14, Jack Walton.
The flag was thrown right as he made the catch, as the refs
might have been holding here.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was a holding, JP. I mean, that's been the story of tonight. Waiting for the call.
Going back to the interception, though, guys, it seemed to me like McFarland was on a go route toward the pylon, and he was the initial look for quarterback Kantz. But when he wasn't there, tried to go over the middle, and that ball was thrown directly to the junior Luke Robinson, as we do get the confirmation of holding. Looks like it is declined, though.
No, it was hands. It was hands to the face.
Hands to the face.
I mean, the Warriors can't be doing this. If they want to win this game, this is just too many flags, especially back deep in their own territory.
Handoff goes to Duckwall here. One man to beat was Will Gooding, but he got tripped up and goes down 3rd and long for Mariemont again.
And you got to think with Warden maybe struggling a bit on the pass. He's been phenomenal on the defense tonight. The offense maybe not as much. I know we've talked about Betcher not being the number one choice.
I was about to say the same thing, though, Carter.
But, Will, I mean, I think it's got to get to a point where you got to put the kid with a better arm in, and even if Betcher might struggle with throwing interceptions, it's got to be the call at some point.
Well, they're going to let him go to the air here. Over the middle. It's going to be close. I think he's just short of the line to gain R.J. Naccioni. Yeah.
R.J. Naccioni going to be 3rd and 3.
No, looks like 1. Fourth and 1.
Offense going to stay out there. Here's an aggressive call from Coach Leone with just 2.5 minutes to go. They got the jump there. Mariemont, you have to react to that or snap the ball to get the offsides call. And now it's null and void.
Might be just trying to get him to jump here. Timeout call by Coach Leone.
Yeah, they want to think this one over. This is a brutal decision. So that people are wondering if that could be offsides, and you can see Warden and Lupien having a discussion about it now. If they don't jump over the line and make contact, it's no penalty. You have to either react to that movement or snap the football while he's offsides to get that call, and Mariemont did neither there. That is on the offensive line, the center, and Finn Warden, the quarterback, for not getting the communication down to draw that flag. And now it's going to remain 4th down.
Yeah, you could see Finn talking to the center, Lupien, there, looking really frustrated because the Warriors need a 1st down here. They're taking Warden off the field, I'd want to say.
I think they're going to punt it.
They're going to punt it.
They're going to go with Shatui.
You know, Will, I'm going to go out and say this. I don't know if I'd agree with Coach Leone there. I think in this stage of the game, you got a little over 2 minutes left in the first half. You need a 1st down. Your defense has been stellar all game. I think you got to give it a chance, especially with Duckwall in the backfield. He's been averaging over 50 yards a game this season.
Well, I look at the disrespect from Taylor here. When they first came out, they did not have a punt returner. Now McFarland's going to go back to field it. We'll see if they can get one off cleanly here. Finally, we see a punt sail into the sky, and it's a bomb. McFarland bobbles it now, picks it up, going to try and return it. Still not down. What is going on right now? Takes it up the sideline and is pushed out of bounds around the 43-yard line. An exciting sequence of events on that punt, but it ends with Taylor getting the ball back.
Yeah, Taylor about 2 minutes there. A couple confusing calls. McFarland muffs the ball, somehow gets it for a handful of yards as well. Hard hit to Luke Robinson we saw. It looks like he's okay, but man, that was a weird set of events.
Looks like the students are coming out now that the rain and the wind is gone. A lot more upperclass and a lot more seniors down there.
All right, so with just 2 minutes to play before halftime, we'll see if Taylor can make something happen. Handoff goes to Ferguson on play number 1, and he picks up no yards. Finn Warren getting fired up. This would be a huge stop for the Warriors.
Yeah, they need to stop, especially with a struggling offense so far. They need to hold Taylor to 0 points going into the half. I'm not going to lie, I thought going into this that this is going to be a lot more air-heavy game.
I really did too.
And it just hasn't. It's been Ferguson, it's been Shrimp all game, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little surprised by that, Will.
Yeah, McFarland just 1 reception for like 6 yards. Warren going to bring pressure off the edge now. In pursuit. They're going deep now. This is a trouble.
Halt.
Simultaneous. Who has it?
Intercepted!
Roman Hilgen with a huge play.
Oh, and they
might be giving the catch by Taylor.
Oh my goodness, the Warrior bench is furious, and rightfully so. What a bang play.
The ball's in Hilchen's hands, and they're calling it a Taylor reception, it looks like. They're calling it a catch for Taylor.
Let's get another look at it here. You see it?
It looks
wow, that's brutal.
Oh, man. That's a really close call there, Will.
I mean, it looked initially like it could have been simultaneous, but I really thought Sandusky never had possession of it. It looked like he was bobbling it coming to the ground, and it ended up in the hands of Roman Hilgen. He absolutely thought he picked it, and that could be the momentum swing Taylor's looking for.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier, that was the biggest pass play of the game so far. I think definitely if I am Coach Dransman, I'm going to be running a play like that again.
Warren brings pressure again and just going to throw it away. Nobody open.
Something to bring into conversation now is you got 55 seconds left in the half. Taylor still has 2 timeouts left. They might need to start using them here.
Yeah, but clearly I don't think Taylor really has a strong kicker because we saw him get to 4th and short earlier in the game with maybe about a 30-yard field goal to go, and they decided to go for it. So I think they're in 4-down territory, especially once they get inside the 30-yard line, because I'm going to say I don't think they really have a good kicker.
Yeah, going back to the long completion, though, I mean, the Warrior faithful was furious at that call, and I mean, it really was about as close as it can get. Obviously, the referees have the best vantage point at it from down there, but on that replay, it seemed like Hilton came up with the pick. We'll see if Taylor can take advantage or if Mariemont can stand strong. They're going to the air again. Now they're trying to air it out. Oh, my goodness, Aaron McFarland.
A one-handed
Are you
snap.
serious?
Now we know why this kid's good. That was absurd. And now Taylor moves it down to the 1-yard line with 47 seconds remaining. Wow, Will, what a catch.
I mean, the saying is ball don't lie, and if that was ever a personification of that statement, I mean, what a play that was, reaching behind him.
Look at the that's absurd.
You see Jamal Moore just shaking his head. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, I don't know. He's been locking him down all night, and I'm not blaming that on Jamal. That was just a phenomenal catch.
I mean, that was the play of the night for sure. Contorting his body in the air, reaching back. The hand-eye coordination, the athletic ability to make that play is off the charts.
He's a total of 30 yards now after that
Here's
catch.
another replay.
Slow motion this time.
In
Look at
the
him
air.
go up and get this thing.
One-handed, and that's why he's getting looked at from big colleges.
Yeah, definitely controlled it to the ground as well. Really nice play from the junior.
Yeah, phenomenal showing of athleticism. Shows why I said he's got big colleges looking, and he's going to go play somewhere big in the future because, man, this kid is an athlete.
All right, so the Yellow Jackets are on the doorstep. Can they convert? I'd bet money they hand it off to Shrimp right here. And they do, and they get 6 points out of it. So our first score of the night comes off of 2 huge completions to Sandusky and McFarland, and that is eventually cashed in by the running back Shrimp, and Taylor jumps out to a lead near the end of the first half.
Yeah, and Will, we were talking about how Taylor wasn't utilizing the pass game as much, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. 3 straight passes. Here's a replay of Shrimp.
You know, Carter, maybe they should have been listening to us earlier,
maybe, maybe I should just be the offensive coordinator for
They are going to kick it here, so they're not going to go for 2. So
they're going to use number 88, who I don't have on my roster.
Oh, the kid's got a leg.
But he kicks it through, and that's going to make it 7-0. Looked pretty good there.
Just under 40 seconds here in the first half. And, man, that was a big turn of events for Taylor. We were talking about how they weren't opening the pass game. And then Kantz almost throws a near interception, gets ruled as completion, and then an out-of-this-world catch by Aaron McFarland.
Yeah, just in the latter half of the second quarter, we've had Kantz's interception to Luke Robinson. Mariemont makes nothing out of it on offense. They turn it back to the Yellow Jackets, and then as Carter just described that sequence of events, but Warrior fans have got to feel gutted right now with the momentum they had after the pick and now finding themselves trailing by a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this defense is really showing out tonight. I mean, last week, Wyoming, the #1 team in the CHL, gave up 26 to this Taylor team. So the Warrior defense is really playing well tonight, and I'm not too worried about the defense letting up a touchdown or 2 this game. It's really the offense that's the struggle, is you can't blame the defense much on the fact that Aaron McFarland is an alien and is just a phenomenal wide receiver. And, you know, the Warrior defense can't last this long throughout the half if they're going to, if their offense won't convert.
Well, here's List on the return, so good to see him back in the game. Playing a little footsie with it, but now brings it out around the 20-yard line, runs into his own man, and Mariemont at their own 15. And now we've got some post-play activity. Mike Branch was getting into it with R.J. Naccioni and Jack Simpson. We'll see who the flag is on. Another flag comes out.
They're pointing towards Taylor.
And this could be a huge error if Mariemont gets to advance this football.
Thing is, though, keep in your mind is Mariemont has 0 timeouts left, and Taylor does still have 2.
Mariemont actually has one. They have 1 timeout left, JP.
Well, then the scoreboard's
wrong.
Well,
we'll see. I don't know if our ICRC
there was a
coverage is
timeout
correct,
called when they were at
or
the
if the scoreboard here is correct. Let's see what happened again here.
I want to talk about R.J. Naccioni, the sophomore, getting chippy.
Yeah, there's a big discussion going on.
Flag is thrown.
That might have been Branch down.
That was David versus Goliath, and instead of David versus Goliath, it's Naccioni versus Branch. I mean,
yeah, and then even after that happened, number 28 Brody Lehman came in.
Looks like it's a personal foul on the
offsetting. I think is what we're going to go with.
Warrior
first
ball,
down Warriors.
First down. So
looks like it will be around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, don't clearly know what happened there. Clearly some disagreement with Naccioni and Branch, but.
So JP, if you're Mariemont here, 33 seconds to go, either one timeout left. It looks like. I mean, do you try and do anything, or are you just gonna run the clock out?
I would probably just go in the half, not try and force anything. Try not. So you don't know you could turn the ball over, and then Taylor has it in Warriors territory.
Finn's gonna keep it here, runs it up the middle. He is brought down, and I'd be surprised if this clock does not just run till halftime.
Looks like it will here.
Looks like that's what they're gonna do.
Oh,
maybe running another play, but
line's getting set. But
I want to talk about the plan for Leon in the second half. Do you bring out Betcher? Do you keep Warden in? What do you think he's gonna be letting his team know in the locker room at half?
I mean, yeah, 1 sec. We'll see if they run one last play here with 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, and they will try and get one off the buzzer. We'll see if they can make some magic happen. Warden gonna go really deep. McFarland falls down as this pass hits the turf, so that will close out the 7-0 first quarter, or first half of football from Kusel Stadium. Taylor leads it with the only score of the game, and as Carter alluded to earlier, if I'm Owen Betcher at halftime, I'm going to Coach Leon. I'm saying, Coach, put me in, man. I mean, we cannot move the football right now, and I've been our quarterback. I won the game for us last week, and we need to find something. Could be a Jalen Hurts to Tua Tagovailoa type of second half switch for this team. We'll see what they elect to do. Any closing thoughts, guys, before we go to break?
Yeah, nothing too much. I think I'm going to kind of go with that. I'd like to see what Betcher can do in the second half if he can get put out. Other than that, we're going to toss it to a break. I'm Carter with JP and Will. We will see you guys in 20 minutes' time for the second half of the Taylor Yellow Jackets.
Don't forget, next Friday, another home game.
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Farm. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At ICRC-TV.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at ICRC-TV.org.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I am right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A Pre-kickoff mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Himself inside the tent. Touchdown, Mariemont.
From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is the Unit 1 crew from Mariemont Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for? How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbyscan.org.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood. Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved. Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
looking for?
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge.
To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them.
When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At ICRC-TV.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at ICRC-TV.org.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat. If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kusel Stadium for the second half of football. If you're just joining us, we have the Taylor Yellow Jackets taking on the Mariemont Warriors, and Taylor up 7-0 with our only score of the game coming late in the second quarter. Let's go to JP Whittakin for some halftime stats.
Shrimp has 30 yards and he had this single touchdown for Taylor in the half to get to 7-0 right at the end of the first half. Finn has about 20 rushing yards, and Mike Branch is leading Taylor's defense with a sack and 4 tackles.
Going to be Taylor Yellow Jacket ball to start the half. Final seconds ticking off on the halftime clock. Will Shatui ready to kick the ball and get the second half started.
I do want to see if they were going to go with Ferguson or Shrimp to start off the half. Like towards the end, it looked like Ferguson was getting more of the running plays.
Yeah, they've definitely been splitting reps tonight, but definitely the success that they found on that touchdown drive came through the air with back-to-back huge completions, one to the ski and the other. And the kick is away to begin the second half. Warrior defense looked strong early. Let's see if they can keep it up. Oh, and we've got a block in the back, I think, here. This one's going to be coming back.
And boy, if you're just joining us, that's the umpteenth flag, I want to say, that's been thrown. I mean,
the what?
Umpteenth? I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, well,
I've heard of it once.
What does it mean?
A lot.
Oh, just
a lot. You
okay.
Just a lot.
Okay.
Don't know the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that is, it's most likely on Taylor, but that'll be their 45th penalty yards of the game.
Wow. Just to start the second half as well.
Marymount only
Yeah,
has
get
25.
another look at it here. I think it might have been just out of frame that penalty occurred, but Taylor blocker dragged
they called it holding.
Marymount defender to the ground. Yeah, I mean whatever you want to call the action that just occurred. Either way, it's going to be backing up the Taylor offense.
So, tail of the game so far, another flag thrown and another loss of yards for the offense. Here Taylor really utilized the pass game during the past or their last few plays of the second half. They used a lot of the run game to start, but they really went to the pass to end the first half, and wouldn't be surprised if they start with a pass here.
As here's Kantz in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Shrimp to start the game. Dragged down by Simpson at around the 16-yard line.
We were talking before the half ended for the Warrior offense if they would make a pivot to Owen Betcher at quarterback even after his struggles last week. Do you think they're going to do that, Will?
To be determined, Carter. I think I'll make my prediction when I see who jots out to lead the offense when the Warriors get the ball.
I will say I do want to see something look forward to here. Jack Simpson is 4th in the league in sacks this year, and didn't really see much out of him in the first half.
Handoff again goes to Shrimp here. He is bounced backwards, but stays on his feet before being brought down by Simpson again. So Jack Simpson, the junior, off to a hot start this half, and we've got 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, this rush defense has been really, really solid for the Warriors tonight. Kind of the dual threat of, like we were talking about, Jack Simpson earlier and Finn Ward. And Jack Simpson, he was injured last year and was on an absolute heater last year with tackles and sacks until he had his season-ending injury. But now he's back for the Warriors in his junior year, and honestly, I think he's stronger than ever.
All right, we'll see if they stick with the ground and pound or if they try and air it out on 3rd and short. McFarland goes into motion. Flag is called, and we're probably going to get a false start here. And now Hilgen is really fighting here, I think. Maybe Hilgen, and it looked like George Lehman were just unaware the play had been blown dead, and were still continuing to fight for the football.
Just really surprised they aren't airing out the ball. False start here. Here's a replay. Just a hard hit.
Yeah, you see.
Jack Simpson.
And Lehman and Hilgen just had no idea. Still playing it out. Play to the whistle. That's what I was always told. So can't get too mad at those guys for that. And now seems like an obvious passing down for Taylor on 3rd and medium.
Yeah, haven't had a pass play yet here. Got Kantz with the ball. Got McFarland.
McFarland in motion again. They're going to try something similar. They're looking for him.
Oh
my!
Almost intercepted. Number 40, Carson Kiambo. He's already got a fumble recovery this game and almost picked that one off a can. It's going to be 4th and long here.
Boy, what an effort from Kiambo. It looked like he had a chance at that one, but a great pass breakup nonetheless, laying out to get the Mariemont Warriors the football back.
Yeah, the target, Aaron McFarland, we've talked about him all game. Big, heavy recruit. He's a junior at Taylor. He's going to get another year next year, but he is the star player. Punt unit comes out for the first time, I believe, for Taylor this game.
Yeah,
second time.
Yeah, but a lot of turnover on downs, fumbles, and interceptions to Carter's point. And it looks like we have Luke Robinson and Roman Hiltgen looking to field this punt. So interesting tactic from Mariemont there.
Timeout Taylor here.
Yeah, but really good to see that the Warrior pass defense is really locked down. They've had a weaker secondary than they have had in years past. Their D-line has been really solid, but so far tonight, just not giving McFarland any room to catch the ball. He had an insane catch in the first half that got them to the 1-yard line, which eventually converted to a touchdown. But other than that, he had, I believe, a short catch for about 6 yards beforehand. So not utilizing their threat in the offense tonight, which is huge for Mariemont if they want to stay in this game. So going to be 4th and about 7 here.
Yeah, it looks like now it is just going to be Hiltgen standing around midfield
Back to return the punt for the Warriors.
to receive this punt. It is the quarterback Kantz doing the punting for Taylor. High snap is recovered. This one is caught cleanly, but kicked out of bounds. Almost impaled
took out Rudy
Naccioni.
It's all right. The kid's all right.
Looks like it's going to be in Taylor territory here, the 48.
Well, if I'm Coach Leon right now, Owen Betcher is not, he's just convening with the offense. He's walking back to the sideline. They're going to turn to Warden again, which we were talking about it at the end of the half. You know, do you pivot to Betcher? Because Warden hasn't done much with the passing game, and the Warrior run game hasn't really been working. They haven't utilized their wide receivers at all. So,
I mean, you know they got all the confidence in the world in Warden, though. I mean, he is the best athlete on the field for this Mariemont team. We've got a lot of confidence in him. He's the leader of this team.
Flag is
False
thrown.
start going to come in now, so Warriors obviously starting behind the chains again. And now a late flag comes in. Let's see what we got here.
3 on the field.
A lot of laundry, as Will always says.
As we were saying, though, you know, we'll see what Warden can do. I mean, he's a threat to run at all times. He's a good decision maker, and this is the best field position they've had all night. So huge opportunity for the senior to lead this team into scoring position. We'll see what these flags are for.
Going to talk to Leo, and looks like could be offsetting penalties. Refs point in both directions.
Personal foul goes against Taylor. So Mariemont is going to end up gaining yardage here, despite their false start. Didn't know who that penalty was on, Carter.
Yeah, not too sure, but anything for the Warriors to advance the ball right now. Have they had a first down this game? Is that their first official first down?
Not really sure.
Surely they've had
I think they've had
I don't know. I mean, really close here, but hurry up offense for the Warriors.
This could be some momentum, though, for Mariemont.
Could be some big momentum. Warden already ready to snap the ball.
Handoff goes to junior Duckwall. He gets nowhere. I mean, it seems like no matter where Mariemont turns, they just cannot find any way to move the football.
Yeah, but it's good to always get a couple of yards. I think a couple of their drives earlier were just stalled by holding flags, which sent them back to, you know, first, second, third, and way long. Not even giving them a chance. So, second, inside 10. You know, good to see what they could do with the run game.
Why not Duckwall again? Brought down at his own 40-yard line for a big loss. It's going to be third and double digits here.
Yeah, clearly, if I'm Coach Leo, the run game isn't working. I know Warden is a little bit inexperienced at quarterback, but like you said, he's the best athlete on this team. I think if you could give him a chance to throw to an open receiver, he can find one.
Yeah, Jack Cuttrell on the tackle there. Low snap, Warden rolls out right, looking to throw, now wants to take it himself. turns out to not be a fruitful decision. It's going to be 4th and long. To punt or to not punt is the question right now.
Comes out Will Chateau, and
yeah,
I think they have to punt it here. They got to pin Taylor deep.
Yeah, definitely smart to pin Taylor deep. I mean, they're in Taylor territory, but
don't want to give
yeah,
good
I don't hate
position.
the call, especially with how slow this offense has been. If they can get Taylor inside the 15 maybe and hope their defense shows up again. But it's going to get to a point where this Warrior offense needs to score, and they need to score quick because right now nothing's working.
Mr. Shatui gets the kick away, gets a nice boot on it. Could they down him? Pretty close here. Looks like out of bounds around the 10 to 15-yard line. But going back to that decision, JP, you agreed with that one. But earlier in the game, you seemed to take issue with on 4th and 1. Warriors like the punt. Tell us about that moment.
I personally thought they should have went for it on 4th and 1, because even if they didn't do much from that, they would have stopped Taylor from scoring, because they would have probably ran out the clock just with the run game.
Yeah, always tough when it gets to those 4th downs. Obviously, there's more of a trend to go for it nowadays. Play a little more aggressively. Warriors were able to pin Taylor. Pretty generous spot there inside the 10-yard line. Felt like that ball went out of bounds a little earlier.
I thought it was at like the 15,
yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. But, you know, Warriors will take what they can get right now. McFarland in motion. The handoff is given. Couldn't tell if it was Shrimp or Ferguson. It was Ferguson on the handoff out for 5 yards.
Jack Simpson on the tackle for the Warriors.
Ferguson's up to almost 25 yards here. So him and Shrimp are pretty even on the reps.
Yeah, very much splitting carries tonight.
I'm just really surprised that the pass game hasn't been brought in. They were so dominant at the end of that first half. The pass game was the reason they scored a touchdown there. The run game hasn't worked at all. So hasn't rained in a couple hours. Field's got to be drying up. I mean, you got your 3-star wide receiver, Aaron McFarland, as he motions in.
Oh, they're going to give it to him here. Trying to get the edge. He beats Warden and Simpson and picks up a first down. And this is what Carter's talking about. I mean, he is the best player possibly in the CHL. And you've just got to give him the football in whatever ways you can. He was responsible basically for their touchdown in the first half, even though he didn't score it. He made a fantastic catch that got Taylor inside the 1-yard line and picks up the first down of this half here. So now 1st and 10. McFarland into motion again. They decide to hand it off to Ferguson, and he picks up a couple on first down.
McFarland's up to about 35 yards receiving this game now.
Second down, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, well under his usual benchmark, though. We'll see if he can haul in some more as this second half progresses, as we're about midway through the third quarter right now.
Yeah, this is really showing how well this Warrior defense is performing, especially against the Taylor team that has a really strong offense, especially with the QB and Cants and the wide receiver and McFarland. They're holding them to not much yards per, and that's a jump.
Pre-snap activity here.
JP's pointing backwards.
They look a little confused as to who it was on, and now
Taylor's
Mr. Whittakin is proving correct.
This kid is just on top of it today.
50 penalty yards from Taylor now.
How about JP? First time with a mic. He's just doing a great job.
All right, so 2nd and long. 3 receivers set on the left side of your screen. Ferguson's going to get it wrapped up around the line of scrimmage, but fighting for yards and still not brought down. Going to get a lot closer to the line to gain than he probably should have, and that's those extra yards from fighting that Ferguson tends to pick up.
Yeah, this defense can only last for so long. They're doing a phenomenal job here, but it's going to get to a point where they're going to give up a big play or a first down or something that is going to kind of put a lot of pressure on the Warrior offense, because right now we've talked about Betcher coming into the game. I think he needs to get put in at some point if the Warriors want to get any hope of even just getting a first down.
Big hold here as McFarland goes into motion. Ferguson has the handoff.
Looks like
there's a huge pile up around the first down marker, and I think he has it, and he does.
For the Yellow Jackets first down, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So the Yellow Jackets very content to stick to the run game on this drive, and it's paid off so far, picking up 20 yards that way. Now they throw a screen pass out to Handy, who reels it in.
Flag
is tossed down, and this one's going to be coming back, folks.
Key of the game. Insane flags all night. And I think that's why this game has been so slow paced, is because even probably on the bigger plays we see in the game, it just seems like a flag gets thrown up every time and getting called back. So bit of a lifeline here for the Warriors, as you can kind of see the defense starting to struggle a little bit because they're out there on the field so much. The offense isn't doing their job tonight and putting a lot of pressure on this defense to hold them every single time.
Yeah, something I just realized as well. 2 weeks ago, Mariemont played Indian Hill at home and got beat 48-0. So we are now bordering on 6.5 quarters at Kusel Stadium that Mariemont has not scored. That's got to be demoralizing, not only for the players, but also the fans. Big student sections of these games, and they have just not been exciting them so far, as Handy reels that one in to get back around the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, really, the Warrior team hasn't looked like themselves since that Norwood game, which was just a blowout, and arguably one of the biggest wins in Mariemont history. It was 42-6, and I mean, it was just touchdowns all game, as we see the replay here. Solid defensive coverage there from Warden.
Warden and Kiambo there.
Warden and Carson Kiambo. He's had a big game so far. Near picks, a couple big tackles, fumble
Yeah.
recovery.
Looks like about 2nd and 8 here for the Yellow Jackets. McFarland's been all over the field. They give it to him here. Spins away from Griesmer. But now Simpson and Warden lead the charge and drive him backwards.
And around the ball carrier for the Yellow Jackets.
Rain Chin comes down on the play. Looks like he's
Simpson,
hurt.
Robinson in on the tackle. Injury
Timeout called by
timeout.
the refs to go check.
There was a
on the
big
sophomore.
collision there.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the shovel past McFarland. It's two places shy.
Just hard hit there, but he was just dodging the whole team. Looks like Chin took the brunt of that hit.
Yeah, our athletic trainer, Taylor McQuitty, out to check on Rain Chin. And while this happens, we'll toss it to break for about 30 seconds here. We'll see you on the other side. Yellow Jackets lead the Warriors 7-0.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
All right, so 3rd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Rain Chin did walk off the field in his own power, which was good to see. Now Warden comes flying in. They go deep. Flag is down. It was Handy. Looks like he was covered by Roman Hilgen.
Yeah, flag thrown in the backfield here. They gonna do rough in the
I
passer?
want to think that can't be rough in the passer, but
He was hit while he was throwing.
yeah, I mean, he was hit in the throwing motion.
It seemed like the flag came in too early for roughing the passer. It was as he threw it.
They're pointing towards the defensive side. Pass interference?
No, that's hands in the face.
Hands in the face, yeah.
Hands to the face on the Warriors.
Not sure. It was probably someone on the D-line.
First down, Yellow
Not sure
Jackets.
who it was.
So it turns out could have been a big stop there for the Warriors. Now 1st and 10 at half field. Warriors cannot let up another score to Taylor right now, especially with how this offense is playing.
Yeah, another play from Mariemont negated by penalties. Handoff goes to Shrimp Fear.
Another
and
flag.
another flag comes in as he picked up nothing on that play.
Yellow Jackets
I mean, man, this
Yellow Jackets pointing forward.
Robinson
I keep bringing up the laundry thing. We got to start putting some detergent in the laundry here because, boy, these flags got to be covered in green grass tonight.
And Yellow Jackets proven wrong as they will be backing up 10 yards.
I will say this is a clock draining drive. We're already down to 3 minutes in this quarter.
Yeah. Well, when everything you does immediately gets pushed back 5, 10, 15 yards, it's got to be tough to make any progress.
What's the penalty yard update, JP.
70 yards on Taylor, 35 on Mariemont.
Not even done with the third quarter. And the thing is, a lot of these penalties coming on offense, too.
Yeah.
Not like
And
pass
on
interference
first
is
down.
roughing the passers, coming early in the drives on offense, which really hurts.
Ooh.
And this one is a huge miscommunication.
Roman Hilton almost
Through the
having his
hands.
first pick of the game.
Yeah, Peyton Guard was not ready for that one when Cants threw it, and Hilgen almost ended up in the right place at the right time, but going to be 2nd and 20.
Through the hands of Roman.
Yeah, that would have been a spectacular play, but clearly Guard and Krantz did not see eye to eye on the timing of that one.
Yeah, if there's ever a time for the Warrior defense to step up, it's now. We need to get the ball in Warden's hands or Betcher's hands, whoever gets given the nod. I'm going to have to assume that Warden's going to stay in for the remainder of this game and not Betcher, because it seems like they're wanting to go more towards the run and not the pass this game.
They're looking to throw. It's going to be a screen pass. I mean, Shrimp was covered in Warriors before he even caught the football. And it's getting a little chippy out there, guys.
Yeah, this Warrior defense is getting fired up, especially with Finn and him being the captain of this team. Getting the team centered around him and getting them some confidence. That's what they need right now, and they're showing it. Big stops. Here's the replay here. Just a dump pass.
Stuffed at the line.
Yeah, just completely stuffed. It was a pass to Easton Shrimp, the running back, who's seen a lot of action this game. And
Rain Chin was right there.
Just swallowed up, and good to see Rain coming back after going down a couple plays, but
I mean, say it with me now, Carter. 3rd and 4 ever. 3rd and 21 for the Yellow Jackets. Mariemont got to just be protecting that line to gain. Need to get the football back before this third quarter expires.
You got to think they're going to give the nod to the passing game here.
Maybe a little check down, play it safe. You don't want any disasters if you're Taylor. Simpson coming in. They hit Guard on the slant route. He picks up 10 yards.
I will say something.
I don't know, Will, if I just saw something wrong, but Peyton Guard was signaled like that was a first down.
He seemed to think he had the line to gain. He's 10 yards short.
Sir, it's 4th and 10 now.
I will say there's something there. McFarland was on the field that
I know.
play.
I was about to point that out, JP. 3rd and long. You don't have your star wide receiver on the field ready to go.
His helmet,
he's
holding his helmet on the sideline. I don't know.
That is a shocker. Injury or something, but he is not coming into this game right now.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 9.
4th and 9
and he's not in it.
Field. They have an opportunity to pin the Warriors back in their own territory, and they're going for it.
Hasn't been able to move the ball all
100%.
night.
And if you don't do this, one big play for Mariemont, and they're back in this game. So I'm really surprised they're doing this.
Guard goes into motion. Now the snap is bobbled. This is disastrous. And they make something out of it. Going deep. Wide open. And he dropped the football. Mariemont will take over on downs. What a huge play. And maybe the jolt of energy the Warriors needed.
Dylan Andriott just got to be tough. Or I'm sorry, that was Will Goodling. Had a catch and then another couple yards after that. The Warriors secondary just collapsed there, and they get a lifeline, and all of a sudden Mariemont Warriors are back in this football game. Will
McFarland's back on the field. I just don't understand why he was on the field for that offense. Those two key offensive plays.
What a play. They bobbled the snap.
Broken play, and they had him.
Yeah, Kantz picks it up and had his receiver wide open. He couldn't reel it in. Can Warden and Duckwell make something out of it? Here comes the junior on the run. He picks up 4 yards. And Mariemont, I'd like to see him push the tempo here. I'd like to see him get some momentum. They got to be feeling it right now.
Definitely. They need that hurry-up offense. We talked to Coach Leone a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about how they want to push the offense under 14 seconds per play, and they need all the momentum in the world right now if they want to stay in this football game.
Hand off to Duckwall again, and he just cannot get anything on the ground right now, but a flag comes out. Oh, another flag. Could have something. Personal foul after the play, maybe. Coach Leone telling his guys to back off. We'll see what they got.
This is towards Taylor. This could be pushing on close to 100 yards.
That one looked like it was off.
Let's take another look here. Looked like there was one before the play, one after the play. Yeah, that's 100%.
Number 28, Brody Lehman.
Yeah, that's
star linebacker.
He's going to get a personal foul, no doubt about it. Yeah, great work from our camera guys there. and the guys in the booth getting that angle for us. Clear as day. You see that. I don't know what the penalty on Mariemont was, so we'll see if these offset or if the Warriors pick up a couple yards.
Holding on the offense. So 2 flags on the play, unnecessary roughness, and holding on the offense.
So we go 10 yards backwards, 15 yards forwards. Warriors pick up.
I don't know what
5
down
yards.
I
Was
believe
it
second down?
Second down and 3 or 2 after.
I want to say 1 or 2. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty
2.
close to
I
gain
think it's
here.
2.
They need to feed the ball to Duckwell. They need a first down. They need to keep this hurry-up offense going because the Warriors are running out of time in this football game.
They fake the pitch. Duckwell won, and now they go over the top. Shrimp
to RJ.
Came flying in. Macchione couldn't reel it in. Now it's 3rd and short. And JP, is that 90 yards of penalties against the Yellow Jackets tonight?
Yes, that is.
Just unreal. I think that's
85,
their
85.
85. Second or third personal foul.
Warriors with 45.
Truly.
If I'm Coach Leon right now, this is 4-down territory.
No doubt about it.
Need a first down. You guys need to score because this is a talented Taylor team, and their defense is showing up and showing out tonight against a very, very talented quarterback and wide receiver on this Taylor team. So 4-down territory here. You got to think they got to feed it to Duckwall because that's the only thing that's been working.
Warren gets a snap. He's going to take it himself right up the gut, and he's not even close. That's going to force 4th down.
4th and 5. It looks
4th
like.
and 5 now almost. I got to think even.
Layman on the tackle for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and that's actually going to be the
quarter.
final play of this 3rd quarter. 4th and 5, a huge decision coming up. No score in that 3rd quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys for the start of quarter number 4.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason. Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
All right, welcome back. The offense stays on the field. Mariemont looking to go for it on 4th and 5. It's Warden and Duckwall in the backfield. He rolls out right, looking to throw right at the line to gain it. Giorgio Stathis, I don't think he came down in bounds, and an incomplete pass. Taylor takes over.
Just the story of the Warrior offense tonight. They needed a first down there, especially at the start of the 4th quarter, and how well their defense has been playing. They couldn't convert. Just tough to see. Taylor's going to get the ball almost in Warrior territory, and another big call to stop the to stop the Taylor offense because the Warrior defense has been doing it all night, but it's going to get to a point where the ball is going to get aired out to McFarland, and the defense won't be there. So to not have the offense step up and show out there, that's a real kicker.
Taylor's really controlling time of possession this game. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just another long drive. Wouldn't be surprised if there's another penalty on first. Oh my gosh.
JP Whittakin with the call of the day. Taylor will be backing up to start this drive, and I mean
90 penalty yards.
Great work from JP, but if you've been watching this game, you know that's nothing new.
Yeah. What a call.
That's amazing.
What a call. 1st and 15, push back to the Yellow Jacket 40-yard line.
So now Taylor, will they stick with Ferguson? They will. Rain Chin almost got to him, but now Warden does the job. Ball comes out.
Blown down.
They're signaling that he was down, but a good play from the defense there. Mariemont now has gone 7 straight quarters of scoreless football at home in the last 2 weeks. My math equates that to be
2nd and 15 Yellow Jackets.
84 minutes of scoreless football in front of the home crowd, so not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, they came out with a decent win against Finneytown last week, but Finneytown isn't the greatest football team. And then they played Indian Hill, shut out 48-0, and then Williamsburg away 2 weeks ago, lost 20-0. So not a big showing out of this Warrior offense in the past few weeks.
Here comes Handy into motion. They give it to him. Double reverse to McFarland. He's going to look to have the edge. Warden takes him down. Pretty nice play from the Warriors there. I mean, we could have seen that going a lot of different ways. McFarland could have broke one big, but Mariemont forces 3rd down.
McFarland just motioned as it was a first down, and he's 6 yards short.
Well, I will say it showed a lot of athleticism out of McFarland there. As you see the replay here, doesn't look like he's going to get a lot, and then he just powers through
nice hit from
and
Warden.
gets a couple more yards. But yeah, Finn Warden having a great game tonight.
All right, 3rd and medium for Taylor. Big stop for Mariemont, but I could foresee Coach Dramson being aggressive here. Looking to pass. Going deep. It's Handy, and this ball is overthrown out of bounds. And the Warriors force the issue. What does Taylor do here?
I got to think midfield, they're going for it. They know even if they don't get it, the Warrior offense isn't getting much.
Looks
much
like they're
more yards.
punting it.
But punting unit,
yeah,
I believe it's coming out.
So I don't get this at all. Midway through the 3rd quarter, they had 4th and 11 from a very similar spot on the field, and they went for it. Did not get it.
Yeah.
Now they have 4th and 6 from that same spot on the field, and they're going to punt it.
Bringing out Kantz with the boot again, hoping to pin him back. And it's not a good punt. Skied about 20 yards, and it gets a bad bounce. Warriors are going to get the ball around their own 35-yard line. I believe, I'm going to assume they're going to send out Warden again at QB, but it's getting concerning at this point about what the Warriors should do because Finn hasn't really been able to pass the ball today.
Well, and I think it's important to highlight, too, when Carter says that. When we came into this game, we knew Warden was starting at quarterback. That was made clear to us. It very much sounded like it was going to be a split deal between Warden and Betcher, like we saw last week at Finneytown. And so it's just been kind of surprising, not only for us in the booth, to many fans and students see Betcher not even see the field at the quarterback position because we were under the impression they were going to be splitting reps, maybe like a 60-40, 70-30 split. But it has been all Warden and putting up 0 points through 3 quarters of football. I hope he proves me wrong here. They're going to go to the air, screen past the duck wall. Picks up a couple.
Yeah, I kind of want to capitalize on that, Will. The Warriors have a solid receiving core this year. In Georgia State, there's Evan List, Jack Walton. Even with Talon Vianella being out, who was originally their wide receiver 1, Jack Walton, who's now the new wide receiver 1, is stepping up, but he can't get targeted if he can't have someone to throw the ball.
He's had maybe 1 catch tonight, Carter?
1 catch for limited yards, I know that.
Now Warden rolls out right, wants to take it himself. He's got a little bit of daylight here. Gets near the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a couple yards short.
30 yards short, 3rd and 2 or 3 maybe, but I mean, we keep talking about fourth down territory, but Leon hasn't been wanting to bite so far, so gotta think the Warriors need a first down here with almost under 9 minutes left and haven't even like sniffed the red zone at all this game.
Yeah, McFarland covering List at the bottom of your screen. Georgia Stats line up next to him. Now that man goes into motion, and they're going to call a penalty.
Looks like an offsides. That's 95 penalty yards, and Taylor nearing 100 in this game.
100 penalty yards, and the Warriors still not close to scoring yet. So kind of highlights the poor defensive moves, I guess, from Taylor, but still managing it because the Warrior offense hasn't generated anything.
Duckwall gets the handoff now. This is some room to run. Got some nice blockers for one of the only times tonight. And we want to highlight, too, I mean, these penalty yards, do not take this as the referees are calling a lot of penalties. These teams are committing a lot of penalties. I mean, almost every single one of these we can see with our own eyes from the booth. So it has not been a very clean game from either side of the ball tonight, especially Taylor.
Yeah, and here comes the hurry-up offense here.
Branch almost got to him. Warden evades the sack. and turns it into a gain of 2. Nice play from the senior, and Branch kicking himself for not bringing him down in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely tough with his size. He wants to be bringing down those players because Warriors now in Taylor territory, third and about medium, I'd say third and fourth. Warriors need to keep pushing because this time is going to run out really quick on them.
Fake the handoff to Duckwall. Warden's going to have a first down, and I can't remember the last time Mariemont picked up one of those on their own volition.
William, that might be their third first down in this game, and one of them came on a penalty. So
I'm pretty sure it's 5 or less.
Yeah, it's definitely under 5 first downs for the Warriors this year. So here they go. Hurry up offense again.
Just under 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Handoff to Duckwall yields nothing. Whoa, what happened after the play
that
there?
Was Branch.
Two
Branch
flags coming in.
down.
These might offset, but we'll see what they've called. Coach Leone urging his players to get to the bench, just wants to control his squad.
Near sideline warning there from the... I think that was R.J. Naccioni thrown down by Branch.
Here's a replay here.
Get another look here. So after the play,
looks like it was shoved down.
Maybe a bit of acting there from Mr. Branch.
I mean, number 55 Oliver Lupien threw him down. Bit of a reaction.
I mean, I saw the arm extend, but I mean, Lupien, he's a strong guy. He's not a bodybuilder out there. I mean, my man acted like a freight train just hit him, but drew the flag, so did his job.
Fouls on both sides. Personal foul.
Personal fouls on both sides, so 15-yard penalties for both teams to add to that total for Mr. Whittakin over there.
Well, it's offsetting, though. Offsetting, yeah.
I still think you got to tally that up, JP.
110 for Taylor.
110 penalty yards.
Fake the duck while they ran the same play they did on that third down, but Branch sniffs it out, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
You got to get at least like 5 yards here. So
yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked if it isn't 4th down territory.
I mean, JP, I had to put you on the spot. Do we have the combined rushing yards like from Mariemont? I mean, Duckwall and Warden, they've been running a lot, not getting too much.
I think it's probably 50 or less.
Yeah.
And that's all they've been doing, too, especially just highlights the lackluster Warrior offense performance tonight.
All of Duckwall's yards are like 2, 3, 1, -1.
Yeah. They're going to look to throw on 3rd down, though. And, Warden is swallowed up by number 28, Brody Lemon, the senior leader of this defense, and Mariemont is going to be forced to punt. He came flying in.
Yeah, that's going to be a 6.5 sack on the year, currently tied for 2nd. Here goes. Boom!
Wow!
Just force.
Unblocked.
Yeah. Like I said, he's tied for 2nd in the CHL with sacks with 5.5 before this game. That'll make it 6.5. And he has 41 tackles this year, 11.5 tackles for loss. So huge key on that Taylor defensive line.
Punt is away from Shatui. If it gets a good bounce, it could be solid inside the 10. I mean, George Stathis downs it.
I know Evan List is the key punter here, but every time I've seen Shatui come out and kick the ball, he's been booting it.
Okay,
I was just about to say the same thing.
Here's my years of experience watching this team. When Mariemont punts the ball, they're not doing it with Shatui. When Mariemont punts the ball with List, it's an option play every time. Every time they punt, List rolls out right. He has the option to try and take it himself and pick up the first down if he thinks he can get there. And so that's why he does the punting as an athletic receiver. But it seems like this year it has caused them more harm than good in terms of not getting the punt off cleanly, whether it be blocked or just mishit by List. And Carter and JP are absolutely right. When Shatui punts, it's just a cleaner operation. I know they're not going to ever fake a punt with him, but at least they're just getting it away and flipping the field. Handoff goes to the common running back for Taylor, and he's got a lot of yards. That is the longest run of the night for the Yellow Jackets, as it was Shrimp again on the run. Broke that one big.
I think Shrimp's up to about 60, 65, 70 yards after that total on his game with the lone touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and that will get him across the 400-yard rushing mark for the season. Big rush leader in the CHL. Currently, he's 5th in the league, but he might jump up to 4th after this game.
Yeah, Mariemont's got to be careful here because with 6 minutes to go, Taylor has the potential to run this clock into the ground if they execute this drive properly, and they're definitely going to try to. You see the handoff to Shrimp again here. Picks up about 25 yards less than the last run.
Now that he's with that big yardage gain, he's probably near his yards per game for season, or per game this season.
Yeah, they've been heavily reliant on him tonight.
Yeah, currently averaging 68.6 yards per game. Even with the not having McFarland get used as much, it kind of shows Taylor's got that dual threat with the run and the pass. They can go to Shrimp. They can go to Ferguson if McFarland isn't open.
Shotgun formation on 2nd and long. McFarland goes into motion. They give it off to Shrimp on the misdirection. He's got room to run up the sideline. Looks like he has a first down.
No, they're going to stop him 2 yards short.
Must have stepped out of bounds up there, which brings up 3rd down.
This will be a big decision if they don't get the first down here.
I mean, I don't see a reason in not going for it. I mean, they can punt it. They have a decent punter, and they can pin the Warriors back. So I think they're trying to run off as much clock as they can. We're just under the 5-minute mark now, and the Warrior offense has shown absolutely nothing all game. So if it gets to a point where it's 4th and short, and they have Shrimp in the backfield, and they know he can get it, they can just take more clock off this game.
Coach Rand's been hoping he doesn't have to make that decision, and he will not, as they punch it up the gut with Ferguson to move the chains. And it's looking a little dangerous for Mariemont right now. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining.
4:45 left.
But they have to come up with a stop here. And, I mean, Taylor will be content to run this thing all night long.
Yeah, no more need to pass the ball now. You got a comfortable lead, and if they can just keep feeding the rock to Shrimp, they can put this game away really quickly.
I feel like if they hold them to, like, no game here, Coach Leon might have to call a timeout.
Handoff goes to Ferguson. And, I mean, this Mariemont defense looks worn out from a long night of work to me right now.
Yeah, I mean, they performed so well tonight. And I said earlier in the game, it's going to get to a point where they're going to struggle because they have had to put so much work into stopping this powerful Taylor offense.
Yeah, and these last couple runs, the blocking has just been there. Great work from the Taylor offensive line. Guys like Drawn, Cottrell, Patrick doing their thing in the trenches. And it's been taking its toll on this Warrior defense. Taking the maximum amount of time off this clock here, and Ferguson gets it again.
Oh, fought for extra yards for the first down there.
Yeah, I mean, it just surprises me that the Warriors know they're going to run it, and they're giving up 5+ yards every single carry, which is something we did not see in the the earlier stages of this game. And now it's just, I think, I agree with you, Will. I think they're just getting worn out. It's tough to stop them now.
I mean, this is the sequence right here. You cannot allow another first down at this point of the game, or you'd be backed deep into a corner.
Yeah, pushing into 2 minutes here.
The handoff will be to Shrimp here. Not the cleanest of exchanges, but he fights his way to around the 41-yard line.
Shrimp on the carry.
Timeout called by Coach Leon. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock. It'll be 2nd and about
6 or 7 here.
Yeah, so
I think 7.
Big time for the Warriors to step up. And Will, I keep thinking about this. I'm just shocked they didn't put Owen Betcher in this game tonight.
I thought they would at least put him in for a couple, like, read options, do a couple line plays.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, Warden, he's played every single play on both sides of the ball tonight. He's just got to be gassed. You got to feel for him. I know he's the leader of this team. I know he does so much good stuff for the Warriors, but it's just brutal on the body. And you can see not just him, this entire defense looks flat out exhausted from all the work they've had to do tonight, and they've played a great game on that side of the ball.
Yeah, just a phenomenal game, especially only letting up 7 points, to which I thought this was just going to be just an all air-out game because you had Kentz in the quarterback, you had Aaron McFarland at wide receiver, and I thought they were going to air out the ball a lot tonight, and they didn't, and the Warrior defense showed up. This Taylor team, I mentioned it earlier, they scored 25 points on the Wyoming defense last week. They've only scored 7 on the Mariemont defense.
Shows you how good Mariemont is on that side. Second down run play goes to Shrimp. Finally, he is wrapped up, and will Mariemont call another timeout? Coach Leone does signal for it with 2:45 to go, and third down coming up.
I'd like to say this could be the game here if Taylor goes and converts. If not, you know, Taylor most likely will punt, try and force Mariemont and deep into their own territory. And if that happens, you got to think, who's the right guy for this?
Got to get the passing game.
Warden goes into the huddle again with a knee down. He, like Will said, he's gassed. He definitely
He's giving it his absolute all out. Yeah, Mike's cut out there for a second, but as we were saying, Warden has given it everything tonight, and it just hasn't been enough to this point. Mariemont needs to make some magic happen late in the game.
Yep, definitely. We've seen some late game magic from Mariemont the past few years. It'll be interesting to see if they can pull it off again.
I mean, by far the closest game outside of week 1 that Mariemont has played this year. They dropped a tight one to Oakwood 20-17 in the opener, but since then it has been blowout after blowout, and finally they're in the heat of it in the fourth quarter tonight. They're going to throw here on third down, and it is hauled in, but short of the line to gain.
Here, it's going to be a big decision now.
I wouldn't be shocked if they go for it here, try and get that first down and take the rest of the game away. Final timeout to Mariemont. Gonna have 0 timeouts left on the clock now. Will, I don't hate Taylor going for this, and if they can convert it, it put the game away. It's game. So
I would 100% agree.
And if they don't convert it, it doesn't matter. You have a lackluster Warrior offense still in their own territory with 0 timeouts and roughly around 2 minutes left on the clock.
Nice play from guard there to reel that one into the low throw. If that was incomplete, that would have changed the complexion of this clock management situation a little bit. Yeah, if I'm Coach Dransman, because even if you don't get it, say the worst case scenario happens and Mariemont scores a touchdown, you're still up 7-0. Unless they go for 2, you're obviously still thinking we're tied. So it's not like you can really lose the game on this decision, but you can win the game. And as I was once told, you play to win the game. And we'll see if the Yellow Jackets do that here.
Looks like it. Something big that I've been noticing this whole drive is Mariemont's been doing a 3-man rush with their D lineman and then doing like a linebacker blitz.
Yeah, I'm making them beat me in the air here if I'm Coach Leone. I'm sending everyone. They cannot run for this. They do hand it off. A lot of bodies there, and he's going to have the first down. The one thing Mariemont couldn't let happen.
Just a few missed tackles
Flag
there.
now a flag comes out. And the referee is yelling at someone. I mean, they have had enough of it tonight.
I mean, I'd be getting tired if I was
125.
125 yards. What's the combined? How much does Mariemont have?
60.
So 185 yards of flags thrown tonight.
And you saw the referee pointing the finger at a Taylor offensive player there and just said, I mean, I've had enough of you guys going at each other after the play, making us throw flags. And he's getting ready to signal a personal foul. And it's a face mask against Mariemont.
And now Taylor, Mariemont with 0 timeouts.
75
on the
on
replay here. I mean, just can't be giving them the rush play. Will said just before the play started, you got to have them get beat in the air, and should have just sent everyone for the run game, and they got beat straight up.
And with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, they cannot mathematically run out the clock completely, but they can get really close.
Yeah, Mariemont has no timeouts left, so.
Handoff here, Shrimp staying on his feet. He's brought down with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to play.
What you got to do from Mariemont is just try and strip the ball here. It's the only thing you got.
Yeah, hope for a turnover. I kind of thought about that going into this Taylor drive, and we were talking about the longevity of these Taylor drives. This Warrior defense has been out here for I want to say.
I mean, what did I say? It was 7 minutes left. They got the ball. I said if they're not careful, this clock can get run out on them, and we got a minute and a half to go, and that looks like that might be what's going to happen.
Yeah, Finn Warden laying his heart out for this game. He's had a phenomenal game, especially on the defensive side. Offense just didn't bring their best tonight, so Taylor trying to run out the clock here.
Hard. There we go, and that's what we're looking to see. This ball come out. Griesmer thinks he has it.
Warrior ball! It's Warrior ball! We got a football game, ladies and gentlemen.
The play of the year from Griesmer. Three flags come out. What is going on?
Oh my goodness!
That could be after the play on Taylor. If it is, that's
what in
very
the
costly.
world?
I want to quote Will about 2 minutes ago. He said, "You play to win," and boy, I tell you, Lincoln Griesmer came to win tonight.
That was Jadeveon Clowney-esque. He got the hit, the strip, and the recovery, the triple crown. The best defensive play you'll ever see.
Oh, my Lord. We have a football game on our hands tonight.
I could watch it all night,
They're walking the ball forwards.
And life has been injected into this Warrior sideline.
Well, a minute 18 left, 0 timeouts. Warden comes back out on the field. You got to feel for Betcher tonight.
Yeah, and sportsmanlike conduct on the Yellow Jackets after the play. Another time they've lost their cool, and it's going to cost them 15 yards. And it gives Mariemont a chance as Warden, Duckwall, List, Walton, Giorgio Staff has come out to lead the charge.
You got to think the ball's got to be put in the air at some point. They have no timeouts and cannot stop the clock any other way.
They're going to go to it on the first play here, throwing toward the sideline. This ball's batted up and out of bounds for an incompletion.
Warden's pass intended for Chase Graber, incomplete. Second down, Warriors.
Minute 14 left here.
Now, Mariemont is comfortable playing the no-huddle game. It's what they tend to do generally, so if they can execute that on this drive, they have a chance to fight the clock.
Need a first down, and you need to get out of bounds really quickly.
Now Warden steps up, flag is thrown, stays on his feet, he's still moving, getting toward the first down marker. Looks like he might have it, but we'll see if this stays.
It's most likely going to be a hold.
And the Warriors are walking backwards.
They got to get set because they might have to run the clock here. Not really sure.
Penalties have bit them all night, and probably the biggest one of the game if this one does go against Mariemont and cost them that run from Warden.
Chop block.
So it's going to be second and very long for the Warriors here. Second and about maybe 25. That might have been a 15-yard penalty there.
Warriors, chop block.
It's like second
shot
20.
block of the night.
Second 20.
See many of those.
All right. Miracles need to happen at this point
Clock
as
is now
Walton goes
running,
into
56
motion.
seconds to go.
And they send the house. It's a screen pass that falls incomplete.
And the fans getting a little rowdy here. Expected, I want to say a roughing the passer call there.
And they're not going to get one on that play.
Duckwall falls incomplete. Third down, Warriors.
So now 3rd and 21 upcoming. Taylor, they sent the blitz package that time on the screen, and it paid off. We'll see if they go for that again or they drop back into coverage. Snap is low to Warden. He's looking to throw. Sideline has Walton. Get out of bounds, Walton. Get out of bounds, Walton. There you go. So this is going to bring up 4th down, but much more manageable, and the clock is stopped.
This is the game right here.
Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the game.
Could be 4th and about 5.
3, I think.
3, actually, sorry.
Got to go to the air.
Got to go to the air.
And this snap is low. Bobbled. Warden falls on it, but it's not going to matter. That'll do it.
And the late flags are
thrown. Whoa, wait a minute now.
I've lost track of all the yards. This is a mess.
I mean, this is the definition of mess, and they're just pushing them back.
I mean, turnover on downs.
Let's say called it like a false start or something.
I mean, the flag came in really late.
I mean, false start would have been called and would have been
I mean, if
blown
Taylor
dead.
recovers this, like I said, that's it.
Even if it's on the Warriors, they're going to decline it. Turnover on downs. Yeah.
Turnover on downs, the initial signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct comes in
I
after
think
the
that's
play.
like the second or third of the game. Not sure who that one was on.
The late game miracle play from Lincoln Griezmer. It's going to fall short.
Just so many moments for the defense today. That Griezmer fumble, the amount of turnover on downs, the interception from Robinson earlier. So many moments for the Warriors, the fans, the coaches, the sideline to get into it, and the offense just never did anything with it. This is going to be the second straight game they have not scored at home, 8 straight quarters of football, and their third shutout of the year.
Yeah, not what you want to see, especially for Coach Leone. We've talked about it all game. The pass game was never there. I think the longest pass of the game was that pass to Walton a couple plays ago, and Kance is just going to kneel the ball
Yeah,
away.
victory formation for the sophomore. Got to feel good for Coach Dransman and his team.
Yeah, huge CHL win. Clock winds down. Even though it was a low-scoring game, boy, I tell you, it was a thriller on the defense, Will.
Yeah, defensive struggle all night. But at the end of the day, you have to score points to win, and the Warriors put up a goose egg tonight. They were penalized super heavily. Jamal Moore walking off the field right now. Quick credit to him. He did a great job on McFarland. Kept him pretty quiet because it was really Ferguson and Shrimp doing the heavy lifting for the Yellow Jacket offense. But the story of the night for Warrior fans is going to be the lack of points scored for Mariemont, and they're going to have to reassess going into the homecoming game next week. Any closing thoughts, guys?
I will say the defense played really well tonight. I think Coach Leo can take a lot of positives out of that defensive performance. They really just got to figure out the offense before Madeira next week.
Yeah, a lot to take away and reflect on as Coach Leone talks with his team after the game. We're going to send it away. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. Again, I'm Carter McGahee, joined by Will Stevens and JP Whittakin. We're on ICRC-TV, and we will see you on the next broadcast.